Hello everybody, Patrick here with Patrick Glenn Nichols Muscle Car Barn Finds, and I'm out here in a real rural area out in the country, and I have located a one-owner 1970 Chevelle Super Sport that came originally from Van Nuys, California, and has been relocated here to Tennessee over the last couple years. It spent most of its life, over 40 years, in Colorado. You'll have to forgive me, there's a lot of chickens and roosters and so forth here. I'll have to speak over and a lot of wind. I know you guys would like to see this car. Not many people still have an original owner 70 Chevelle Super Sport, and this car has been in this family since day one. It was purchased new in San Bernardino, California, and then again, like I said, located to Colorado, and then now here in Tennessee the last couple of years. I'll do a quick walk around video of this car. It's had its bumps and bruises. It's been in a few accidents. There's been some things changed here and there. The engine, I believe, has been changed. It was changed within the first year, but this is original Super Sport with the build sheet, and I will review that with you here shortly. So we will take off now. The car came originally shadow gray, which is code 17. It was changed to Cortez silver pretty quick in its life. They decided they liked the silver better, but the car is code 17B with the black vinyl top. The vinyl top has been changed as well. The car has had 2 or 3 facelifts. Again, like I said, some of them were due to accidents. So here we go. And again, it's sunny out here, so please forgive. I am casting a shadow on the car, but it's take it or leave it. But for the car being parked outside some of its life, it's not real bad rusty. Go around the car. As you can see there, it has about an early 80s model. And we have ducks too here, by the way. We have an early 80s model wheels that are on the car. The Super Sport wheels have got away as well. The rear bumper has been changed. Both bumpers have been changed due to the accident. There's documentation here that proves that on some of the accident reports. And we got a duck chase coming on around there. Okay, these guys are having a good time. And the passenger side seems to be in pretty good shape. I believe the quarter panels have had some patches. Maybe one has been replaced. There's a lot of work been done to this car, but it is a one owner. Bench seat on the column, turbo 400. Super Sport car. Again, please forgive the glare, but we've got one. Okay, on the build sheet, you can see the car does have deluxe bucket seat, deluxe seat belts. It came with a bench seat. There's an old photo of the car with the factory master cylinder, and the air cleaner is still intact. And these particular photos are of the car early on, like in 1970. We have the build sheet here. You can see the AK1 deluxe bucket seats, the door on them SS, floor mats, door edge guards, vinyl top, air conditioning. There is a glare because it's in the it is laminated. And it has the NA9 for the emissions for the California. And windshield antenna, electric clock. It has an electric clock and a right rear speaker. The electric clock is in place without U14 gauges. So that's a little something to talk about. The car did have an AM, FM radio when it was born new. And the back seat has not been recovered. The carpet seems to be original, and the front seat has been recovered. And at some point in time in the car's life, the original cowl induction hood was stolen when it was parked outside in Colorado, and they replaced it with a reproduction model, which is definitely an inferior product, and they of course agree to that. So we will lift the hood now and address some of the features of this Van Nuys car. This is an early built car, October of '69. Some of you may be familiar with the California L78 car that was located in the storage lot. which was built in Van Nuys as well, a little bit after this car. Okay, we see an aftermarket Edelbrock carburetor. The wiring gutter looks to be specific to Van Nuys with the way it's attached. The 756 wiper motor still intact, still present. The master cylinder is incorrect and been changed, but it does have the factory 4-row PD code radiator with the factory big radiator sport we've discussed before for the air-conditioned cars. The valve covers do seem to be original with the correct provisions for the TCS switch, so forth and so on. The fenders, I do believe, have been changed on the car. The inner fender on this side has been changed. It is metal. I do believe that would have been plastic from Van Nuys, and you can see the paint on the bolt head, on the threads of the bolt. Correct. 165 fan shrouds in place. I do believe that that alternator bracket has been changed. It's supposed to have a hole in it for a 70 model. I know this is an early car, but I still believe that has been changed. You can look at this hood and you can see the metal is just very thin and sharp edged, a lot of spot welds present, a lot of things that you can look at to determine one of these reproduction hoods from an original, and this just sticks out like a sore thumb. It definitely is a reproduction air cleaner. It does have the correct early model chrome under the headlights. Still a neat car. I mean, this is the way these cars actually, they were bought to be driven. This car has 140,000 miles and still driven today. But it's pretty remarkable that a car that was purchased new and is still in the same family and is still driven like it was meant to be. The key warning buzzer still works on this car. Those of you not familiar with what that does, that works off the horn relay. There's a switch inside of the key on the ignition that actuates that. So when you push the key in, it pushes a little knob out that pushes these two together, which makes the connection, which runs to that horn relay. A lot of people got annoyed by that and would unplug it, and a lot of times that switch or that provision inside of the steering column would break off and be brittle, and it would no longer work. It was never really replaced, but it works with the doors open and the key is all the way in, and then when you push it out just a little bit, it lets it free, and that's how that works. Really neat little key warning buzzer. That was to alert you that your keys were in your car when you opened the door. Now let's go around here now and address the trunk area. Please forgive the wind. It's windy today as well. As you can see, the stripes are too wide. They don't come down far enough. The SS bumper pad has not been put back on the car from the accident, and we have an incorrect 71, 72 style emblem on the trunk. Another quick determination on the vinyl top has been changed. If you feel on a vinyl top, it's foamy. If it's soft, it's generally been changed from the factory. That was vinyl straight to metal, and it was really hard. And where you're seeing back here on the car, let's shut this. Okay, the seams, you see the seam for the vinyl, which is right here. It is supposed to be from the factory over here in line, somewhere along the line of this chrome, maybe just a little bit attached to the inside. But it was never, you know, 6 inches inside to 8 inches inside. And it was always vinyl to metal. There was never foam. It was never soft from the factory. And like I said, these stripes are way too wide. So I believe this deck lid has been changed. We have evidence of some damage to the quarter panels inside here where it took an accident. On both sides, actually, there's some evidence of repair. The factory cowl induction air cleaner is still here in the trunk. which is nice to know. And the original spare wheel seems to be here as well. And we've talked about this before. If you can see, looks like it's kind of hair looking spatter paint, really specific to a Van Nuys car, where other cars had more like dots and specks, where this is really like hairy looking. It's really specific to a Van Nuys car, which there are still some traces of that on the car as well. Again, it was Cortez. This car was not Cortez silver, it is now. This car was shadow gray with black stripes, cowl induction, like the build sheet that we just reviewed. Look at that one more time. If we can find the color to the code 17, but we will go to the cowl tag and address that. There we go, 755 to the left there, 17 for shadow gray, B for black vinyl top, and then B for black stripes. Really neat car. Now let's go around here and address the cowl tag to the car. I mean, I know there are nicer cars out there that have been treated a little nicer, but not many people can say they bought a 70 Chevelle Super Sport new and still own it and still drive it. So that in itself is pretty good. Okay, here we go on the cowl tag. All right, Van Nuys, California. We have the 70 for 1970 and the 13637 two-door hardtop BL. The designation for the Van Nuys assembly plant 09949. As you can see, that's the body number. That's pretty early. Excuse me. 755 for black bench seat interior vinyl. 17 shadow gray lower, B black vinyl top upper, and then 10, which you can't see the zero, the 1 for the second week of October. And then the rest of those figures are data figures. We've had the hood hinges are changed and quite a few other features. I believe the fenders have been changed, but if not, they do appear to be Super Sport fenders and not reproduction. And we still have the manufactured by General Motors decal in the door jamb, which indicates October of '69, and the VIN number with the L for Van Nuys, California. Another cool trait is the deluxe seat belts for this male side is different than it would be on a standard seat belt. So that alone, this side of the seat belt is different and larger than a standard. Right off the bat, you notice that. You see the original floor mats are still with the car as well. Wonder if the horn works. No, there's no horn up there. That's correct. That's right. I believe this car will start. Let's try. Not yet. Almost. It may be out of gas. There we go. Just to prove to you, this car is driven regularly. Pretty neat car. Out here in the country, we've got chickens, we've got ducks, and nice people that own the car that I met just today. Really nice people. Not everybody has $1 million garage. Not everybody has even a $100,000 garage. So they have to take care of these cars the best way they know how. And that's why we have barn finds. And I believe this is the home to the car. When they put the tarp over that, that will be the car, where the car is being located or stored at the current time. I really love the car. 70 Chevelle, purchased new, and they still own it. A lot of sentimental value with this car, and you got to give it to them. They've owned it 50-ish years almost now, and they still use it and have fun in it. I'm Patrick Glenn Nichols from Patrick Glenn Nichols Muscle Car Barn Finds. If you have a rare find you'd like to share, you can reach me at pnichols26 at Yahoo, or Patrick Glenn Nichols Muscle Car Barn Finds on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for watching. More videos on the way.